Hello everyone, I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's very hard puzzle, and it's called Consechaos Bonsai by Xenonetics. And here are the rules. I can't speak. Uh, every digit from 1 to 9 appears once in every row, column, and region. 9 regions are to be determined, and every region is a set of 9 orthogonally connected cells. So this is basic chaos construction rule set. So for a region to be orthogonally connected, that must mean you can connect to any cell within the region just by staying within the region. I shouldn't have made this red. Let's make this green. Just by going through edges. So this is a valid example of an orthogonally connected region. This, however, is not, because to try to go from this cell to any other cell in the region, you can't just stay in the region by going through edges, right? You have to go through a corner here, or you have to go to another region. Also, this would not be valid as a orthogonally connected region, because though you can go from each of these cells to each other just by going through edges, you cannot go to any other cell in the region by going through edges and stay within the region. So that's an example. This is how chaos construction rule set works. We also have consecutive sums. A clue outside the grid indicates the total of all digits in its row or column that neighbor at least one consecutive digit within that row or column. All digits referred to by that clue are part of the same region, while all other digits in that corresponding row or column are in other regions. Oh, interesting. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. So, for example, if a column contains in order the digits, so let's say use this 1, 2. We have colors. I don't know why we have colors here. 1, 2, 8. Oops. 1, 2, 8, 3, 6, 5, 4, 9, and 7. The clue at the top of the column. Okay, if a column contained it. Okay, so let's do it that way. We had a column. 1, 2, 8, 8, 3, 6. Why don't? Because I'm so used to typing instead of going down. The clue at the top of the column. So the clue at the top of the column would be 18, and the sum of which is the sum of 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6, which all belong to the same region. So these would all be part of the same region here. That's interesting. So it would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's how it would have to work as a region, right? It'd either be here or it'd be here, because 8 and 3 cannot be part of that regions, right? 8, 3, 9, 7 are not part of that region and are part of 1, 2, 3, or 4 other regions here. Interesting. Huh. I've never seen anything like this. Okay, that's actually very interesting here. Those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. This adds up to 38. And has to be part of, those all have to be part of the same region. So if we're missing just a 7 here, there's no way these can all be part of the same region, because it would have to be, 7 would not be part of it, so you'd have to go something like that, right? I guess it could be 7 here, though. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, is that even possible? No, you can't have. How do you have? all these digits next to... Oh, I guess he could. Never mind. You could have 8 and 9 next to each other, and then everything else from 6 through 1, essentially in order. That works, actually. Because those are consecutive with each other. Okay, so that's possible. And it would have to be something like this or this, right? So it doesn't have to be in some sort of order. Huh. Interesting. So the 38 is probably the most restrictive, along with 11 and 11. 38, it seems more restrictive, though. So, okay, you have essentially 7 digits at least in the same region, right? So it's going to be at least 7 here. And you have 7 or 8, essentially. So if it's 7 or 8, it's going to have to be like this, or it could be something like that, I guess. All be within the same region. Oh, that's interesting. Because this forms such a boundary, how is... You can't have 8 here. Actually, I don't even think you can have 7 with 2 in the middle, or 1 in the middle. How does this even work with 7? You can't. Right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for anything that goes outside. So it has to be in the middle. So the middle essentially has to be 7 digits. You're guaranteed, but you can't, to form even 7 digits in the same row. Is that possible to do like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. So you can't have something in the middle. So you could have 7 here, you could have 7 here, but you can't just have 6 here, then a 7th out here. You can't have a hole in the middle, essentially. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. So it has to be either 7 here, 7 here, 8 here, or 8 here in some order. So these 5 are the same region, period. Therefore, to form... Can you have 3 consecutive numbers ever add up to 11? I think the answer there is no. Right? No. Yeah. 2, 4, 5 is the closest you'll get. Everything else will not be consecutive with each other. So it could be you could have 2 digits here or 2 digits here, or you could have, can you ever have 4 digits adding up consecutive, adding up to 11? No, because it's 1, 2, 3, 5 if it's 4 digits. So it has to be 2 digits, and they have to be 5 and 6, guaranteed. You can't have 1 digit, obviously. So you can only have 2 digits. The 2 digits here that are consecutive, obviously you have a problem there. 16 here. You cannot... Can you... Okay, so... Say you had... essentially 7 plus 2 more. Is it possible... So this would be essentially adding up to 7. 7 plus 9 is possible. So that... But how would it be consecutive? It can't with 9. So this specifically... Okay, so the reason why I'm looking at this... If we... To have 3 digits add up to 11, it's impossible if they're all consecutive, right? And you can't have... You could have 2 and 2. You can't have two digits be consecutive and 1 digit be consecutive, because then that 1 by itself has to be consecutive with something else, right? Yeah, right. At least 1 consecutive digit within that row or column. So that neighbor at least one consecutive digit. Okay, so that means if you have 3, you have to have 1 in between the other 2, because otherwise if you try to have 2 and 1, this 1 is not consecutive with anything else around it, so that doesn't work. So it has to be 3 altogether, which means it has to be a run of 3 digits. And 2, 4, 5 does not work. So it must be 2 digits here, somewhere, which add up to 11. So the 11s aren't very restrictive. So this is the same problem here, right? You can't have 2 and then a 1 be consecutive. That's just not going to work. So, if you try to have, you can't have 3. If you try to have 2, I guess it could be 2 here. 5 and 6, right? Oh, but that's not possible. Well, no, that could be possible. So this one could actually extend from this pink region. You could have like 5 and 6, and then you have another one which is 1 or something somewhere else, right? On this region. And so then that would add up to the total that we want for the pink region, right? Which would be 45. Because 38 is already in the pink region, so that means you could have 7 outside. You could have 6 and 5, or 5 and 6 to add up to 11. So that works. What you cannot have is branch off 2 for the 16, right? So this 16 is counting some other thing. It can't be 2 digits because 2 digits would be just 7 and 9. And those aren't consecutive. You could have 3 digits, but if you have 3 digits, then that would be 4, 5, and 6. And 4 and 5 by itself, which is the smallest amount, would add up to 9. So you'd have 9 plus 38, which is 47 for this region, which is not allowed. So this region can never be part of this 16 region that's counted here. Since that's the case, it has to be at least 3. So it's either 4, 5, 6. So it could be 3 digits that way. Could be 3 digits that way. Can it ever be 4? I think so. So you could have 2 sets of 2 to add up to 16, remember. They would obviously be part of the same, they would still have to be part of the same region. So you couldn't, I guess you could do something like this. That's possible. But that is possible to have 4 digits. You can't have 5, because 5 digits would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, which is not consecutive. And then you can't have 3 and 2 with that, because 1, 2, that's a minimum 1, 2, 3. And then the other 2 digits just don't add up, right? If they're consecutive. So it cannot be 5. This then has to be 3 or 4. Can the 4 be consecutive? That would be 8? No, then. 2 and 5 add up to 7. 3 and 6 add up to 9. So then, yeah, you cannot have 4 consecutive. If it's 4, it's going to be 2 and 2 in some order. Right? And then you can have like 1 and 2 and 6 and 7, 2 and 3 and 5 and 6. Yeah, those are the only possibilities there. Or you have 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Huh. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, those are the possibilities. Either for the 16, 16. 16. 3 digits doesn't work then. I was thinking 4, 5, 6, but 3 digits don't work to add up to 16. It's 15. So it has to be 2 and 2. Interesting. So it has to be 2 and 2 somewhere. Obviously this could be 2. So then it specifically has to be 1, 2. That's 3 plus other 2 digits must add up to 13. So it's 6 and 7. 1, 2 with 6 and 7. Or 2, 3 with 5 and 6. So either way, there has to be a 2 here. So it can't be obviously, I guess it could be that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be actually 4 digits here. Or you could actually even get 5 digits. It's kind of broad. Huh. Okay. So we don't actually have too many restrictions. So this cannot be 2. So it'd be 1, 2, 6, 7. Or 2, 3, 5, 6. Right? For the consecutive digits. So this cannot be 2 or 6, which means this is 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 26. Now that's interesting. That means the digits which are not consecutive uh, hmm. Oh, or this could be okay. For this region, it could still be 7 here. And then you have 2 coming out somewhere else, essentially, right? Could be something along those lines. This is 2 digits and it has to be 5 and 6. But this could actually be the 5 or 6 here. That actually could work. 19. I don't know if I want to look into that. 26. Zero's interesting too. How does that work? That means nothing's consecutive with each other. But then that's less restrictive about the regions, right? The whole point of this consecutive sums is that they must be in the same region, which is very restrictive, right? Like this part um, has to be the same region, and then it sticks out either here with like 2 somewhere else, or it sticks out, or it could be 7 here, or it could be 7 here, or it could be 8, right? We just don't know. What else do we have? 26. That means the other digits, which are not consecutive, add up to 45 minus 26, which is 19. Oh, 19. Interesting. So things dealing with 19. But the 19 is specifically not right. The 19 is specifically not within, not the consecutive parts. So 19. So obviously 1 has to be in this 26, right? Actually, that's not true. You could have 5 digits outside. 4 digits. You could have 5. Hmm. To add up to 26. Hmm. Okay, 26. What else do we have? You could actually have a 1 outside. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. That seems like a lot of possibilities for the 26. 26 is probably well, it's in the middle, so it's going to be the least restrictive. But you could have something like, okay, so adding up, um, if you have a 1, you obviously have a 2 in that region too. Because 1 is not consecutive with any other digit besides 2. If you have a 9, oh, that's interesting. If you have a 9, you have to have an 8 in that region. So if you have 9 and 8 in that region, that would leave 17. You could have 4 and 5 with that, right? 9 and 8 is 17. 26 minus 17 is 9 left. And you could be 4, 5, or it could be 2, 3, 4 as the other parts. That's interesting. um Okay, for this one, actually, you could have something 1, 2, 3, like this, right? That does work, yeah. So as long as there's only one space in between, you could have something along those lines. So then this could be... Oh, but can you actually do that? Obviously, this would be part of that. I don't think you can by the geometry of things. So if you tried to have something like this, then this covers that, essentially. The problem is, this has only one digit out this way. This already has 4 digits outside of here. How can you form regions here, then? You have 9 digits, 9 cells, 10, 11. This is 17, plus 6, which is 23. Obviously, you can form 2 regions, but then if you tried to form a third region, it just wouldn't have enough digits. Right? You'd have 5. And that's not enough. And then obviously, this can only take up 1 here. So it cannot be something like this. Here, at least. You could still have something like... Can you actually have something like that? No. Same problem, right? So it has to be some length here, right? It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. So that it has to be something like that. It cannot go down 2. I don't think. Well, this one specifically doesn't work. This one doesn't work because of what we said. Obviously, this doesn't work because it's it's another region. How about this? This doesn't work. So you can't have any going 2 here, then going down, and then 2 here. I guess you could do 2 this way. That is possible. Interesting. Yeah. But that's the... Okay, so either it goes... you could go any length here. 2, then... So this could be 2 going that way, or 2 going this way. And then... so the first one, you can have 1 extra, so going like that, or going... It can't be here. Going like here, or going here, or something along those lines, right? So that does work, if you're going that way. You could obviously do this, 2 here, 2 there, 2 here, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. At minimum. You can't connect to here, and then the only other possibility is 2 here, 2 here. But you can do 2 like that. But that's only if it's on this side. And then you can also do 2 like this. That's also possible. Oh, that's interesting. Well, you could do something like this. That's fine. And then you have 4 in a row. Which does seem possible. So 26 could be 4, 5, 8, 9. I'm thinking about this. And they could just be right next to each other. Actually, you don't even... Yeah, you could have 4 in a row, right? It could be 1, 2, 8, 9. So it doesn't... It's not guaranteed. So it could be... It can't be 3 and 1. But as long as, like, the 2 are connected to each other, that's fine. So... Okay, one thing you cannot have here, though. What has to be in this region, you cannot have 1, 2, and 5 be the ones that are missing here. Because if 2 and 5 are missing, well, what's 1 consecutive with? It's not consecutive with anything in the region, therefore it wouldn't be part of the region, and there you have a problem, right? You can't have 3 digits. Okay, yeah, I forgot about the 3 digits actually adding up to 7. You can't have 3 digits because that would leave 1, 2, and 4 outside the region, but then 3 is not consecutive with anything. So you could be omitting the 7, you could be omitting 1, 6, because 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, 8, 9 all could be consecutive with each other. You cannot have 2, 5 omitted, and you could have 3, 4 omitted because 1, 2 can be next to each other, and 5 through 9 can be next to each other. So that's interesting. So the ones that are missing from the region in this 38 region are either 7, 1 and 6, or 3 and 4. Oh, that's interesting. That means if this is counting the regions that are consecutive, again, you have 5 and 6. The 6 has to be outside because every other digit in this region is accounted for. Right? 5 has to be within the region. You has to be 5 and 6 here if that's the case. So 6 would have to be outside. You'd have the 1 somewhere else. Hmm. So that doesn't really restrict anything here. This again cannot be 3 digits, can't be 2 digits. That's 7 and 9 only, and then that would never add. That's not consecutive. 3, 4, 5, 6 adds up to 15. You can't have 5, 6, 7. That adds up to 18. So it has to be 2 and 2 here in some order. Again, so it's 1, 2, 6, 7, or 2, 3, 5, 6. Which is why this can never be 2 or 6, because we know 2 or 6 is in the other region. And you can't have 4 digits here, because we already know there's 7 digits here. So this is not part of the region that's counted here. 11 has to be 5 and 6. So it cannot be... Huh. Interesting. The more digits you have, the more it does seem to restrict you, right? So we know there's 4 here somewhere. We just don't know at least. It can't be 3 digits. It can't be 2 digits, obviously. 2 digits can never add up to 26. 3 digits also cannot add up to 26. 4 digits you can have. I think you can get to... Okay, so 19. So that means it's 4 through 6 digits, right? And the thing is, even with 6 digits, you can get outside. So you could have things in the middle here. This is too big. You could have one thing in the middle. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. But that's with 6. You could have 4 here as the region, and then that's not very limited, right? So you could have 2 to this amount. You could have 2 even to 3, I think. 3 in the middle, like that. 26, yeah, because you could have 4, 5, and 8, 9. You could have 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 digits also works. 5 cells. You could have 6 cells. As long as you restrict 9. I don't think... Yeah, you can't have 6... You could have 5 cells, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9 also works. Right? 6 cells could be a lot of things. 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't work, actually. Actually, can you have a 1? Maybe you can't. One, 2. So let's say you had a 1 and a 2. That's 3. Do you have any combination of digits which are consecutive that adds up to 23? That's actually very interesting. Obviously, you can't have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you try to have 1, 2, 3, 4, you can only have 2 other digits, which add up to 26 minus 10, which is 16. You can't have 3 digits, obviously, because you We tried that here. And you're already missing, yeah, so then it can't, and it has to be 7, 9, but that's not allowed, right? And we've already used 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2 with 3, 4 doesn't work. What about 1, 2 with 4, 5? Or 1, 2, 3? Oh, you could have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, right? No, it must be 20, not 21, that the other 3 digits are adding up to. So you can't have 1, 2, 3 either. What about 1, 2 with 4, 5? So if you have 1, 2... you can't have 3 sets of 2 digits, right? We try to have one... Okay, so I don't think 1 can be in this region then. So if you tried 1, you always have a 2 with it, right? So we tried 1, 2, 3. That leaves... So 1, 2, 3 adds up to 6. That leaves the remaining digits to add up to 20. But you don't have 1, 2, or 3 involved. Therefore, you can't have 4 digits anymore, because the minimum would be 4, 5, and 6, which is 15, and you can't get a 7th digit, right? Or you can't get a you can't get a 7th digit that adds up to 20 with 4, 5, and 6. That's different, because these are all unique, right? So that doesn't work with that. You can't have 1, 2, 3 with 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8. Obviously not 7, 8, 9. That's 24 by itself. Oh, that's actually an interesting restriction. If you have 9, you have to have it with 8, obviously. But you can never have 7, 8, and 9. Because if you have 7, 8, 9, that leaves only one digit, which could be a 2, and 2 is not consecutive with any of 7, 8, or 9, obviously. So if you have a 9, it cannot be with 7. You have to have 8. So it's either 9, 8. So if you have a 9, it's with 8. Maybe we should look at more of the possibilities of what these regions can contain. So 9, 8, 4, 5. 9, 8, 2, 3, 4. And those are the only ones with 9. What about without 9? That seems to be more broad. Let's try 1. I think we've eliminated all possibilities with 1. So say you had a 1 here. You have to have 2. So 1 and 2. That's interesting. Yeah. For anything... Oh, that's not true. 19 actually... I was thinking that for anything that's non-even, I think you cannot have a 1. But that's not true. For the 19 cages, you could have 1, 2, 3, which adds up to 6, and then 6, 7, adding up to 13. So that adds up to 19 total. So that's possible. 26. You can't have... I don't think you can have... Well... Okay, so again, you have the 9s for 26. For 1 has to have 2 with it. You can't have 3, 4, because 1, 2, 3, 4 adds up to 10. Then you have to have 2 digits adding up to 16, which is 7 and 9, because you can't have 3 digits adding up. You can't have the 4 remaining digits because we've already eliminated 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 specifically. So that doesn't work. 1, 2, 3 doesn't work either, because then the other digits must add up to 20, so it can't be 2. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, also to finish it off, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 2 digits that would add up to 16 is 7 and 9, which aren't consecutive with anything else. If we try 1, 2, 3, the problem is 1, 2, 3, that means 3 digits have to add up at least. If you tried to get 4 digits, that just doesn't work, right? 3, 4, 5, 6 adds up to 18. 4, 5, 6, 7 adds up to 22. 3, 4, 5, 6 you can't even use, right? So you try to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously, that adds up to 28. Right, and so yeah, okay. That's actually a good question. How many digits are in each region? We know this is 7 or 8. Because again, 1, 2, 4 being outside would mean 3 cannot be consecutive with any digit, right? 3 can only be consecutive with 2 or 4. That doesn't work. This is 7 or 8 digits. 11 has to be 2 digits. 3 digits never add up to 11, and they have to be consecutive with each other because they can't have a split of 2 and 1 because 1's not consecutive with any other digit. You can't have 4 because that's 1, 2, 3, and 5 adding up to 11. And then 5 digits never add up to 11 or less. It adds up to 15 or more. So this is always 2 digits. This is always 2 digits in that region. Obviously, this is 0 digits in that region, but there's no restriction. The only restriction is you can't have consecutive digits next to each other in that column. 16, we've shown 16 cannot be 2. That's 7 and 9. Cannot be 3 because you have 4, 5, 6 adding up to 15 or 5, 6, 7 adding up to 18. This has to be 4, and it doesn't have to be split up. It could be split up. That's one thing there. Obviously, the two have to be next to each other here, which doesn't really tell us much. 19. Actually, we did 26, so let's do 26 first. We can be 4, we can be 5, and I think and it cannot be 7 because if you have 7 digits, the minimum you add up to is 1 through 7, which adds up to 28, which is greater than 26 can ever be. So this is 4, 5, or 6. Actually, that's interesting. Can it really ever be 6? Because you have 1 through 6 adding up to 21. If you have 1, 2, or say you had instead of 5, 6, you have 6, 7. That adds 2 to it. Say instead of you having... you could add 3. Or 4? No, you can't add 3 twice. But say you have the digits 1 through 6. That's 21. You move the top 2 both up 1. The problem is you can't move the top 3 up twice because that will give you 27, right? So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 through 6, you have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. That's 27. So that can't work. What about 1, 2, 3? One, two, three. Yeah, that doesn't work either. So if you try to have 1, 2, 3 by, well, I tried. Okay, so we tried to move. Okay, what if we move the top 2, 5 and 6, up twice, and we try to move the next one up once? That would give us the extra 5 we need to add up 26. But the problem is that forces 5 and 6 to move up twice, so that becomes 7 and 8, and the 4 to move up once, so that would be 5. So you would have 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 5 is not consecutive with any of those digits. So it technically can't be part of the group then. So you cannot have 6 here. This is 4 or 5 digits for this region. That's interesting. Okay, this is 2, this is 2, 7 or 8, 4 or 5, 4 specifically, that's 0. 19 now. Okay, what can we have with 19? You can have 3 digits, but can you really? You have 4, 5, 6, 7 adds up to 18. 6, 7, 8 adds up to 21. So no, you can't have 3. It has to be at least 4. Can you have 4 or can you have 5? Um 4 or 5. Can you ever have 5 with 3 digits adding up to 19? Or sorry, 5 digits adding up to 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adds up to 15. Wait, can you actually have 4 digits add up to 19? I don't think you can. It has to be split 2 and 2, right? Obviously, the 2 can be next to each other, but it has to be split 2 and 2. But 2 digits, which are consecutive with each other, and 2 other digits, which are consecutive with each other, have to be an odd digit. One is odd, one is even in each split. So that means an odd digit for 2 digits and another odd digit, which is the sum of the other 2 digits, add up together. They form an even number. So no, you can't have 4 digits adding up. This has to be 5 digits adding up. Oh, that's fascinating. So doesn't that mean it always has to be 1, 2, 3, 6, 7? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6 adds up to 20. The only combination you have that adds up to 19, which has consecutive digits, obviously can't be 2 digits because 2 digits add up to at most 17. 3 digits, we tried, and the only combination which has, because they have to be all consecutive with each other, we tried 5, 6, 7, which is 18, and 6, 7, 8, which adds up to 21. And those are the only 2 combinations that are around 19, so you can't have 3. We tried 4, but 4 doesn't work because, again, 2 digits are consecutive with each other. The other 2 must be consecutive with each other. Therefore, both of those sums are odd, and 2 odd numbers add up to an even number, which is not 19. This has to be 5, and it has to be 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So the 19, actually, surprisingly enough, is the most restrictive part. And since this 19 cannot be part of this one, what does that mean? You can't have 1 digit here and then 2 digits here. Right? Because this is never going to be part of that. Well, it could be here. But no, you can't. So say we try to make this part of this 19 region here. We'll make that, say, medium gray. The problem is it must contain a digit from 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Because we found that that's the only set that works for consecutive digits in the 19 regions. But because of that, this digit, if this digit were 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, that would eliminate the set of 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 in the rest of the column, unless these are the same sets. But these can't be the same sets because they require 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. So this cannot be part of the region here. So all of the digits here have to be somewhere along these 7 cells. If we try to have it outside, it has to necessarily be consecutive with another digit. in the same region. So that doesn't work. So anytime this is in this region and it's not part of, it obviously can't be part of the region that's being counted on here. Okay, so these cannot be part of those regions. This cannot be part of those regions, right? Ah. So we're guaranteed. Okay, that makes a lot of the geometry interesting. Again, if this is part of if this is part of the region that count is for the 19, ever. The problem is it must be from 1, 2, 3. It must have the digits 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. But we know this cell, this column here, must also contain 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 for the region that's counted in that column. It obviously cannot be the same one because then you'd have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and then another 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 here, which cannot be in the same region. So that obviously doesn't work. But if this is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, that eliminates one of the digits from 1, 2, 3, and 6, 7, adding up to the 19 region, which is not allowed. Therefore, this cannot be part of the same region for these two cells, and these two cells cannot be part of that region either. Therefore, you're guaranteed 5 cells in these 7 cells, which have to be in that region. Since that's the case, how else do they connect? Either they block this, so this is 7, or you go outside and this would still be part of the region, right? Because it's 7 at least, right? So, okay, if you block this, the region has to be here, and it's 7. If you go around, if you go around, then even then, at 7 in length, this would have to be part of the region. So either it's here, or it's blocked off at least to here, or it could be 8 even, still, obviously. Actually, is that the case? I don't know. I'm not sure. But whatever it is, you're blocking off this, and this has to be part of this region. Well, if that's the case, how does this 16 function? You can't have this, right? We showed before that this doesn't work. Oh, actually, that could work if this is 7. Maybe. Okay, maybe that does work then. If you have something like this. Possibly. We know it has to connect this way. We don't know about this one. It could be 2, could be 1. We know it's a 2-2 split at least. We have a third one in one of these 2 spots. Okay, it cannot be here. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'd have an extra 9, but then this cell would not have a region. So it cannot cut off here. It would have to go this way, if that's the case. So how does this work? I think this also doesn't work, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, this could work. The pink would then have to show both here and here. So that could actually work. And in fact, that might actually be the solution. Huh. Okay. Well, we do know that this... Okay, so this has to be part of this region here. We know that guaranteed. Because either this blocks here or this goes this way. Okay, so what happens if it goes that way then? So then we know this is pink. This has to be... We're assuming this, basically. This has to be 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Obviously, this is 6 and 7. This would be 2. This would have to be a 1, 3 pair here. These would have to be 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. Right? No, 4, 5, 8, 9. Which could be consecutive because there's no restriction in this row. Oh, this can't be 6. This would then be 7, which would make that 6. This would have to be 5 and... Actually, this could be 5 and 6 right here. Never mind, that could actually be 6 and 7. 5 and 6 right there. And that's a region. Okay. This cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, so it's 4, 5, 8, and 9. That's interesting. This cannot be 8 or 9, because 8 or 9, so this is 4 or 5, which means this cannot be the corresponding 4 or 5, so this would be 8 or 9. So this is 2 outside. This would have to be 2 or 3. But we know in this region, we have to have a 2. So this can't be 2 and 3. This must then be 1, 2, 6, and 7, adding up to 16. Which means this can't be 2. This is 3. This is 4. This can't be 4, and this can't be 4 here. I think this actually might be the solution. This can't be 1, 3, 7, or 4. This is 5, 8, or 9. We have 1, 2, 1, 2. This is 3. This has to be 4, 5, 8, 9. But 5 obviously cannot be here because of the 5, 6 pair. And this can't be 5 either. Wait, no, this could be 5 because this could be 5 and 6 specifically. This is 4, 8, 9. If this were not 8 and 9, then it would be considered part of this area. So this is 4 then with something. This is 5 with one of 8 or 9, so this cannot be 5 here. This is 8 or 9. This could be 5, 6 here. This cannot match either. If this were matching here, it would be 5 or 6. Okay. So far, this is looking fine. The remaining digits here are 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. This would obviously be 4, 5, 8, and 9. 4, 5, 8, 9. 4, 5, 8, and 9. So again, we could have spaces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's perfectly valid. Yeah, this is looking okay so far as a possibility. So right now it's not. The pink has to be both of these. Then we have a red, which has to be the same region. This light has to be essentially a separate region. These could be red or light. You could have 2 pinks go all the way over here, right? So you'd have pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. So the red can go only up to here. I think pink can stretch. Oh, it can't be here, obviously. So red would stretch to here. Light could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cannot get to here. because then it blocks off that region from getting a complete region. I guess it could go... No, because if it tries going that way, pink doesn't have 2 digits here. So light can be up to here, in that case. Seems valid. Oh, can this ever be 8 then anymore? Can this long list ever be 8, right? I think the answer to that is no. If you have pink extend all the way here, obviously this has to be connecting all the way across here. And it would have to be this thing. And then we'd have one same problem that we tried when we tried 8 that way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, plus 7. That's 24. And this can only count for 2 at most. So we tried it that way. It was 23. But this is 24. But you can't have a full 3 regions here. Again, that would be 27 cells. If we try to have 2 cells, this can only take up only 2 cells here. Sorry, if we have 2 regions, this can only take up 2 cells, so that wouldn't add up either. So you cannot have 8. You have to have 7. So, okay, what happens if it's across here? That seems potentially valid. So what happens if we have that? Then this would go across here. This could necessarily be... I don't know. Maybe? So then this would be like that. It could be something like that. Could be something like that. That seems valid. Uh, this would be... Thing is, we don't... So it could not be 5 here. It could not be 5 in a row here. It can't be 5 in a row. Well, no. Cannot be 5 in a row here. Guaranteed. Because if this is 5, these digits would be 1, 2... This would be 27 times 3, which is 21. This can only account for 2 digits. I guess this could account for 1 digit here. Okay, so maybe this could go all the way across. You could go all the way across here. As long as this doesn't block this area, right? So then we have an extra region that would be like this. So you could have something like this. This would obviously be blocked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 21 here. This is 2 regions there, then. Obviously, this can't be the 4. So you have 4 here or 4 here in some order. You can't have 3 and 1, so this is always part of a region. Same here. This is always part of the region. So you could have 4 here, 4 here, 2 here, and 2 here. You can't have 3 and 1, obviously. That's why we know these 2 regions have to be part of that region. This could actually take up a whole bunch in here. So we have 21 cells here. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 in some order. 2 can only be here and here, so this can't be 2. This can't be 2. This actually can't be 2 either. It cannot be 7 here. Because if this is 7, that means these can never add up to 38 because this would be an extra digit. So this must be 6. That makes this a 7 with it. This forces this to be 1, 3. This is 2. And this is 1 or 3. So this digit must be a 1 here. We have 2 through 5 and 8 and 9 here. So no 1 here. This has to be 4, 5, 8, 9, and they cannot be consecutive with each other. Oh, this is part of this 19 region, then, if that's the case. Which means this is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. But, then we have a problem. This, again, on this column, we have in the region 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. In this region, we have 2, 3, 2 and 6 guaranteed. It's either 1, 2, 6, 7 or 2, 3, 5, 6, adding up to 16. So 2 and 6, one of these digits would have to be here and have to be here, which is a contradiction. So that's proving this cannot be the solution. And I think that proves it, period, for this digit, right? If this digit is, first of all, it can't be 7 again because there's 2 digits adding up to the digits that aren't part of the set. You can't have. I guess it could be 1. Okay, that's specific. Okay. No, same problem. Same problem. Same problem. Even if you tried going here, and this is 1, it's 1 and 6. I guess it could be 3 and 4. No, okay. Yeah, the problem is specifically anytime you have this set, or this set, or this set, or this set, something like that, this is guaranteed to be part of this set here. And it also has to be part of this set. Does it? Maybe it doesn't. Okay, hold up. This is not necessarily a contradiction. Okay. So then this is not part of that set. So it would have to be 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 5, 6. This would then have to be not part of this set. Oh, how does that work? I guess it could be 4 yellows here. I think this is the only way that works. Right? If we try to have 4 yellows go this way. So we were saying what happens if this is part of this set and part of this set. But I forgot about that this could basically not be part of this set here. So this would be 4, 5, 8, or 9. And it could not be. This would also be 4, 5, 8, and 9. This could not, to be part of the set, it can only be 5. It can't be 8, or 9, or 4. So this would be 5. That would be consecutive with 6 in one of these spots. So either 6 is here or 6 is here. And then we have 2 and 3 somewhere. Right? So this would guarantee to be 2 and 3. This would be 5. So this could not be 5 here. These are not part of a set. We need 2 and 2. You could have something like this. So it's, well, no, it's 3 and 2. Sorry, 3 and 2. So I think, since it's 3 and 2, it has to go here. So it has to be here, which means this is 6. This is 2 and 3 here. This has to be part of this. So it's 3. So it could be part of that, and this would have to be part of this region. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Obviously, this can't be 1, 2, or 3. This is 2. This would be 1, 3, 1, 3. This would have to be 4, 8, and 9. 4, 8, and 9. This would all be part of that region. That's interesting. How does that work? Okay, so then this would be wait, that's too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, hold up. We have a 5. Okay. So 5, 4, 5, 8, 9. This can't be 5. Right. So this then these 4 digits would eliminate that digit there. Because it'd have to be 4, 5, 8, and 9 guaranteed, right? Because it cannot be part of this, whatever this set is. And that could be if it's here, or whatever. Therefore, we've shown this is a contradiction. Okay, well, that's hairy to figure that out, but okay, that's interesting. So yeah, if we have this scenario where this blocks off here, well, actually, it doesn't even have to block off. It could be 7 here, but whatever we know this is 4, 5, 8, 9. If we try to have if we have a scenario right. If we try to have a scenario where the 4 digits that are part of this region, that's contained by this consecutive set, is on the right side. All 4 are on the right side. We are guaranteed it cannot be part of this region because it must contain 2 and 6, and this must contain, in this column, 2 and 6. So this would be only 1 digit, so it can only be 1 out of 2 or 6. The other digits would have to have 2 and 6, would double up the other 2 or 6, and that's not allowed. If we try to have it not be part of the region, again, the only possibility has to be 5 out of non 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So this would be 2, 3, 5, 6. 5 would be consecutive. This has to break down in 3 and 2, and it cannot be part of here, because again, this problem is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 in the region. So therefore, this is 4, 5, 8, 9 guaranteed, this is 4, 5, 8, 9, and this is 4, 5, 8, 9 guaranteed, all of these cells. So because of that, this has to be divided into 2 and 3, guaranteed, and any other scenario, it can't be 3, then 4 that way, then the 2, because this cell wouldn't have a region. So it has to be like this, and then this has to be part of that region. But because these are all 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, that forces all of these to be 4, 5, 8, 9, which eliminates all possibilities for that cell. So we've shown this scenario does not work. So we are guaranteed the scenarios that we were trying out earlier, where basically it was what was it here? It was 7 cells here as a region, and the yellow having to extend here. And it has to extend this way specifically because we have 4 digits here. To connect the region, it can only be these digits. These cells, sorry, I should say. So, and then the same thing here. This cannot be 3, then 2 here. It could be, I guess, extending... No, it cannot extend. Okay, so this cannot be part of the region. We know if we tried to have 2, then go across 3 that way, that doesn't work. Because this is not part of a region. Can't have 3 that way, so this must be 2 here. It has to be able to connect across. And this has to be a region. So actually, let's make this light. So it has to go this way because these 2 can never be part of the region. So we have, this has to be 2 with 1 and 3. So this is guaranteed 2, and this is 1 and 3 here. This becomes 6 and 7 here. So this is, we are certain about this. Okay, so then we can clear that. We can clear this. This has to be 4, 5, 8, and 9. These are 4, 5, 8, and 9. But again, the only digits that are not in this region have to be either has to be 1 6 or 3 4. Because you can't have 2 5 because 1 can't be consecutive with any of those digits then, if that were the case. Um, so this cannot be 5. It cannot be 8 or 9. This has to be a 4. This can't be 4 then. This can't be 5. This must be 4, which makes this a 3 to add up to 7, right? So this can't be 3 or 4. This is 8 or 9. The only place where 8 and 9 can be 9 has to be consecutive with something here. It's only consecutive with 8. If this were not 9, this had to be 8, therefore the 9 would have to be here. So this has to be an 8. This can be 9, 8, or 8 and 9 here. So this becomes an 8, 9 pair. Cannot be 5 because it can't be consecutive with a 4. That eliminates 8 and 9 here. This can't be 4, obviously. This is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. The yellow is all done. So this is guaranteed region here. Let's fill out all the rest of the outside of the grid. We know this is a border and this is a border because those cannot be part of the region. This is 4, 5, 8, 9. This is 4, 5, 8, 9, 4, 5, 8, 9. This is 4, 5, 8, 9 because we know that's not part of the region. This light cannot be part of any of this region here because we have a guaranteed 5, 8, 9 here. That leaves these as 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. Well, because it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, this can't be 2. This cannot be consecutive with 2 because none of column 6 is consecutive with each other, so this has to be 6 or 7 here. Let's see. So, none of these can be part of... The last part of this region must contain 5, 8, and 9. And it can't be part of this row because of the rule, which basically every every digit that's not in the consecutive with another digit has to be part of a different region. So this cannot be part of that region, and these cannot be. So we guaranteed that the light has to be either here or here. Well, how many digits are remaining here? We have, I think it's 21, right? We have 9, and this is 7. So 9 and 7 is 16, plus 4 is 20. Oh, wait, no. It doesn't have to be. So any of these could be light. So any of those could be light. Okay. These are not part of the region. This has to be part of a separate region, so we're making this medium. This we're making green. So green can go up to here. Red can only be this. This is 6. We're guaranteed. 7, 8. These could be red or green. Pink can go here, 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 or here. It could extend. We know this is 20 cells, right? 9 plus 7 plus 4 is 20 cells. This can only take up 1 cell of those. And we have 2 regions taking up 18. So one of the pinks has to be here, which means this is only at most 1 pink. Okay, so we're guaranteed this is a border. This is a guaranteed pink. I guess we have medium. Any of these could be medium. We have blue then on orange. Oops, this is... I put this as medium. I was meant to make this dark. Okay, red can be, again, any of, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, and then up to here. Green can go up to here. So this was valid. This cannot contain a 3, so it must be 1, 2, 6, and 7 adding up. Which means this has to be a 5. This digit is consecutive with this digit. It must be 6 then. Remaining digits in this row and this column cannot contain 1, 2, 6, or 7. It must be 4, 5, 8, 9. 4, 5, 8, 9. This can never be the 5 and 6 adding up together. Because, well, actually, this could be 5. And that could be 6. That's possible. Okay, so this can't be 5, but this could be 5 here. Huh. Interesting. Remaining digits in row 7 are 3, 4, 8, 9. Huh. This could be part of the region. We don't know. This cannot be part of the region 26. So again, it's 4 digits adding up to 26 or 5 digits adding up to 26. It cannot be 6 digits as we showed before, right? We tried 1, 2, 3. We went from 1 through 6, which is adds up to 21. We tried incrementing various combinations, and it just didn't work, right? Yeah, you can't have 6 going up 5 digits. It can't be possible. If you try to have it going up 4, the next one would have to go up 1, which is not possible. We tried having go up 3, the other next digit would have to go up 2, which is not possible. We tried 2 and 2 combined going up together because those are not consecutive previously. This has to be, we have what, 7 with 1, 2 here. Therefore, this must be 7. This is 8. This has to be 9 to be consecutive. This becomes 1, 2, 1, 2. This pink cannot work. Oh, yeah. Since this is 5, it's only consecutive with 6 because the 3 and the 4 are outside. Therefore, the pink cannot go along here. They also cannot go here. This can only be green. It can't be red because it can't be reached by red. So this is only green. Interesting. This 2 eliminates 2 here. $26. This is obviously not part of the 26 region. This is not part of the 20. Well, could it? No, it's not consecutive with anything. So this can't be 2 because it can't be consecutive with those 2. Otherwise, it'd be part of the 26 region. This is green. That's interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can it ever reach here is kind of the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it could. Okay. Or, yeah, it could go like this. I think it would have to go like that because this is 6. It would have to be 7, 8, and 9. So we know this is green. Can't be red because it can't be reached by red. Can't be light because it can't be reached by light. Huh. Hmm. What else do we have here? This could be part of the region as long as it's the 3, right? Otherwise, it's not part of the region. Hmm. 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 Again, this cannot be part of the region, right? But it could just expand out here. That is possible. You could have more than once. Okay, we have the 38. We don't really have the 11. We have the 19. We have the 16 here. We don't have this 11 either. 26. We don't have the 19 here. It could be any combination of like 5 digits here, 5 digits here, 5 digits here, set of 3, and well, it would not be 3 this way. It would have to be 2 this way, and then 3. Well, 3 would have to be 1 with 1 and 2 in between on the other side of 1 and 2. Hmm. So this could not be 5. If this were 5, this would, oh no, it could be 3, 2, 1. That's possible. This could not be the 5 because the 3 would be in between what? 1 and 2? That's not possible. But this could be this way. So this would be 3, 2, 1. That's also possible. You could have 2 this way and then 3 that way. So you could have, okay, so 5 here or 5 here. Hmm. So one thing we're guaranteed of, the region that's here, I mean, it could just be here, right? It has to have at least 1 digit in column 7 because it cannot have all 4 of the other digits which are not in the column 8 in column 9 because this digit would then not have a possibility. Okay. Hmm. We are missing a 3 and a 4. Hmm. What digits are outside of these digits here? We have a guaranteed 1, 2, and 3 outside. Oh, that's interesting. So the remaining digits in these regions, we have 1, 2, and 3 here. We must have 3 1, 2s, and 3s in column 1, 2, and 3. It cannot be in the light region. Can't be pink for 1 and 2. So where are the... We have one for red, one for blue. Sorry, one for red, one for green. Where are the other two? This has to be in yellow because it can't be in light. Therefore, this cannot be a 6-7 pair. This is a 1-2 pair, which forces this to be 6 and 7. This can no longer be 5 and 6. And okay, so the reasoning, again, pink already has the 1-2 accounted for. Light has the 1-2 accounted for. We have to have 3 sets of 1 and 2 in columns 1, 2, and 3. Well, again, light has already the 1-2 accounted for. Pink has a 1-2 accounted for. Green has 1 set, and red has 1 set. Therefore, the other set must be yellow. So this is 1 and 2. We also need a 3. We do not have... We have 3 3s. 1 set's here in the green. 1 set's in the red. Where is the other set? Can't be in yellow because the yellow already has a 3. Can't be light. It must be pink. So the other one must have a 3 somewhere here. The pink has to have a 3 somewhere here. So 3 has to be one of these digits here. Therefore, if the 4 is out, if the pink is this side, the 4 has to be here. This can never be 5 again, because if this were 5, the problem is that it has to be next to a 6 to add up to 11. Ah, this is clever. So 4 has to be one of these 2 digits, because obviously you can't have a 4. I mean, this can't be an 8-9 pair, because that would be consecutive digits. So 4 has to be here. This can't be 4. We have a 5 outside of this region in the yellow. Well, we need 3 5s in columns 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, green has 1, red has 1, pink cannot have it, and now yellow can't have it. Where is the 5, then, in one of these 3 columns? Where can it go? We know green is 1, red has 1, whereas the last one, it has to be in light. So this must be 5, and therefore this must be 6 to form this set of 11. So this is the full set. This cannot be light anymore. This cannot be 5. This is 8 or 9 here. This is 5 and 6, 7. This is 8 or 9. We have an additional 8 or 9 somewhere here, and it's light. But because we know this cannot be 8, where is the 8 in the light region? The light region can only go one more here. This 8 eliminates that possibility for the rest of this light cell, so the 8 has to be here. So this is 8, which forces this to be 9, because it can't be 5, 8. This is the region, so it cuts off here. You cannot have 5 and 6 here, obviously. These cannot be consecutive. So this cannot be 1 or 2. This could be 3, no 4, no 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is not, well, we don't know. Okay, so the remaining digits in column 3 have to be 1, 2, no 4, no 5, 6, 7. It could be 3. 7, 8, or 9. And this can't be 7. It cannot be 8 because those two would then be consecutive. This can't be 8. This can't be... This could be 9. We don't know. We don't have any constraints in row 3. Oh, but the 9 has to be one of the light cells, so this can't be 9. This can't be 7 because that would be consecutive with 6, so this is 1, 2, or 3. This 7 eliminates 7 here. None of these could be 6 or 7 because those would be consecutive. So we have 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. 5 is 1. Okay, 8 cannot be here. So this is a 5-9 pair, which eliminates 5 and 9 in the rest of that region. This is 4 and 8, therefore this can't be 8. This can't be 8. This is a 5-9 pair. What else do we have? This can't be 9 anymore because of the 9 in the column. This is all green, but that doesn't tell us very much. Oh, this can't be 8 because that would be consecutive with the 7. And they would be part of the same region. This is 4, 5. This can't, well, it could be 4. 8 is one of these two digits here. Uh, hmm. What are the remaining digits in row 5? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. That's kind of broad. This can't be 7. It cannot. It could actually be the 6. We don't know. This can't be. Well, we could. There's no restriction here. Oh, this is 6, 7, 6, 7 pair here in column 6. So the rest of this is 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. This can't be 3 because of this 3. This can't be 8 because of this 8. Okay. Can 5 and 6 be here? Yeah, could be. Okay, these are not consecutive, that's fine. This is not consecutive, that's fine. If this were 2, it would guarantee that this is 1 or 3 and they would be consecutive, so this can't be 2. I'm gonna pause because I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so this is kind of done. We know 8's here, and then 1 of 4, 5 is here. 6 and 7 are fine there. This is 1 and 3. We have to figure out this 26 and this where this region is. This pink. Oh, this could be pink, actually. Apologies. This pink needs to have a 3 and a 4. If it goes there, 3 and 4, the problem is we already have a 4 accounted for in columns 1, 2, and 3 in the yellow region. We know there's 1 in the red. We know there's 1 in the green. Therefore, all 3 4s are accounted for in those 3 columns. So pink cannot be here. if this would be 4 and 3, the pink would already not be valid. Ah, we need a 9. We need a 9. A 9 has to be in column. We have 3 9s in column 1, 2, and 3. The pink already has its 9. The yellow already has its 9, and they're not in the first 3 columns. That means we have red and green accounting for 2 of the 9s, but what accounts for the last 9? It must be light. So this has to be a 9. Is light. And these cannot be light anymore. So we have the full region here then. Oops. For the light region. Also, the green has to connect here. I guess it could okay. You have to connect here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You cannot connect that way. So if we try to have this as red, I don't think that works anymore. No, if you have this as red, it blocks the green from being in the same region. So this cannot be red. This has to be green. Same here. This has to be green to connect. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It could go to here. It could go, okay, so these can't be pink anymore. This is then red. We have 7 reds. Green can be one of these 3. So this cannot be 3. Wait, why? Yes, because then, well, they could be part of the same region. I keep forgetting that. There's no restriction there. Okay, so this actually could still be red. No, it still blocks it too much. So this can't be red anymore. This has to be green. This can't, one of these is pink and is the 4. One of these is pink and is the 3. Any of these could be pink though. Red can get up to here. 7, 8. This could be 5 and 6 still. They just can't be consecutive. 5 and 9, 5 and 9, 1, 2, 1, 2. 3 matches with the pink 3. We have 8 matching with the 8. And 4, pink has to be one of those 4. Okay. These are consecutive. Oh, this can't be 6, because if that were 6, these 2 would be consecutive, and therefore would, that makes this 7. This is 6. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so this is 7. That eliminates 7 here, here, and here. This could be consecutive. There's no restriction there. This 6 cannot be with a 5, because then those would be consecutive, and this sum would be greater than 0. Okay. 2, 3. None of these can be 7. Okay. Okay, so that's done. This is kind of pretty much done. That's kind of done. We have 5 and 6 here. We just don't know where they are. Yeah, I think I have to turn to the 26. Okay. Technically, this could still be part of this region here. You could have 4 cells. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. You can't have 3 cells adding up to 26. You could have 4 cells, 4, 5, 8, 9. What are the 5-cell combinations? Okay, so it would have to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, going down to from 35. That's a lot. So again, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9 works. Can 3, 4, 5 work? No. So the set of 3 has to be an odd amount because you need an odd amount with the other 2 digits, which would be consecutive, which would be odd, to add up to an even digit, which is so 1, 2, 3 does not work because of that. And then we tried 6 digits and that doesn't work. So it's 4 or 5. So we can never have a 1. So 1 can never be part of it. Obviously this. So what other things could you have? You could have. So 2, 3, 4, 8, 9 works. 3, 4, 5 would not work with anything. That's 12. And then you would have to have 2 consecutive digits, which is an odd sum, adding with the even sum to add up to an even total, which is not allowed. 4, 5, 6. Does 4, 5, 6 work? Oh, this is definitely not part of the sum. Does 4, 5, 6 work? No. 4, 5, and 6 adds up to 15, and 2 digits would adding up to 11 would be 5 and 6 specifically, and we already have 4, 5, 6. So I think the combinations specifically have to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 8, 9. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 8, 9. So 5 and 8 are both in the set. And 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Yeah, and those are all the possibilities. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 no matter what is in the set. Okay, that's interesting. Um, hmm. Obviously, it could be a set of 4, and then a set of 5, and then that works perfectly fine here. It doesn't have to close it off, right? It could be this doesn't have to close off anything. So then there are a lot of open restrictions here. Hmm. Okay. This can't be 1 or 3 because that would be consecutive with the 2. So again, that's actually interesting. If the combinations are there again, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would force this to be a 1, 3 pair. 4, 5, 8, 9, that doesn't restrict anything about these digits. And 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, which would force this to be 1 and this to be 6. So we know 8 is not... 8 has to be in the region designated by the 26. Okay. This cannot be 8 here. If this were 8, okay, so that's part of it. If this were 8, these would 9 and 8 would have to be consecutive and would be considered part of the region, but that would only add up with 2 to add up to 19, and 2 is not consecutive with another digit. So this cannot be 8, which forces this to be 8 here. This is 4, 5. This is 4, 5. At least one of these two is the dark region, obviously. So this is 8, which means this cannot be 8 here. So again, okay, so if this were 5 digits, this would be not part of that region. It would have to go this way, so this would all be dark. 6, 7, 8, 9. It would have to guarantee that. Huh. I mean, that seems valid. So we don't have any restriction necessarily there. Okay, if this is not part of the region, say this is not part of the column 8 region. I don't know what we make it. Make it orange. How does this divide up? It has to have 2 consecutive digits somewhere, and then 3 with the other one. These then have to be the 2 consecutive digits. And you have 3 either here or here. It cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We showed this doesn't work, because then this has to be 4, 5, 8, 9 here, which eliminates all possibilities for that cell. So it cannot go this way. What happens if we try going this way? Then this also does not... We have 3 digits here. Only one of them can be part of this region. So then these other 2, the 2 out of the other 3 cells, would not have a region. So it cannot go this way either. And we know we guaranteed have to have 2 here, because you can't have 5 if this is part of the region. You can't obviously have 4 and then 1, because this is not consecutive with another digit. So this would have to be consecutive here, def guaranteed. This would be also. You can't go this way, because again, this area, 2 out of the 3 cells would not have a region. If you go this way, one of them would have to be part of this blue region, but then all of those blue regions would be 4, 5, 8, and 9, which eliminates all possibilities for that cell. So this has to be part of that region. So this is part of the region. It's, again, 1, 2, 3, 6, or 7, so this must be a 3, which means neither of these can be 3. And none of them can be 4, because they can't be consecutive with each other. So this must be a 9. This has to be 8. This must be a 4. Oh, that tells us a lot, actually. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so this is 5, which makes this a 4. This is 3. It must be consecutive with a 2 in one of these 2 spots, which must be consecutive with a 1 in one of those 2 spots. Therefore, okay, so this 9 eliminates 9 in the rest of the row. So this is 2, 1. So we have 1, 2, So 5, 6, 7, 8 are remaining. Right? And this could be 2 and 1 or 2 and 1. This can't be 6 because of the 6 here. This can't be 7, and this can't be 8. That's interesting. This is 3. This cannot be 5 because it would be consecutive with the 6, with the 4. And therefore would be part of the same region and as the blue, which is not allowed. Um, This is 8. It's always part of this region here. So, it probably is part of the blue region. Or the 3 region. We don't know, though. I guess we can make it orange. It could be same as blue, though. So, this region... Well, we're not guaranteed. It could be 2 here and then go all the way to 2 here, right? This is 4. This is 5 then. So this green cannot be 5 and 6. So the region has to be one of these. So it's either that's 5 and 6, or yeah. Or this could be 5 and 6 and part of the same region. This is part of the same region. We just don't, they can't be consecutive. That's interesting. This is 4. This is 8. These are not consecutive. These are not consecutive. These are not consecutive. Only 1 and 2 and 6 and 7 are. We don't have any restriction here. These are fine. We don't have restrictions here. We have a 4 here. This is 3. 6 and 7 is here. So again, 5 and 8 can't be here. 8 because this can't be 8. 5 because this. So therefore, you could have the full 8 here. That is possible. Or you could have something like this, right? That is possible too. So this is blue. This is not part of that region, right? So the 6 and 7 must be consecutive with the 6 and 7. So this must be 6, which makes this 7, which eliminates 6 and 7 in the rest of the column. This is part of that region, so this is blue. This is a separate region. The dark can only go out here, so this must be dark. So we're going to make this not blue. We're going to make this orange now. And we're going to make this blue. I guess it could be medium gray. Oh, well, whatever. This is orange. We have 7, 6. We have 3. This is dark. This must go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it has to extend out here. Therefore, this is done as a region. This is the only way it could go. We need... What are the remaining digits, actually, in... This is 6. This must be consecutive with another digit here. So this is 5 here. So this has to be 5 and 6 because those are the only digits consecutive. This is 5. This can't be 5 or 6. Remaining digits in the dark region have to be 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Well, 5 and 6 cannot be here. 5 has to be one of these 2 digits here. This is 8. This could be 4 digits here, and then... Okay. Can this actually be 4 digits here? Maybe. This cannot be 4 because that would be consecutive with that. Um, how do we know this is 4? Okay, can't be 1 or 3 because that's consecutive with 2. Can't be 6 or 7. Can't be 8 or 9 because of 8 and 9 in the row. So that's the reason why we know. This is 1 through 6. This is 1 through 6. Cannot be 5 here. This can't be 5 here. This cannot be 6 because that would be consecutive with this. And we already have a 6 in this region. What else do we have? This is 4, 5. 8, 3, 2, 1. So it could be something like that. Wait, no. If it goes this... Okay, so say this is not part of the region. That means we're guaranteed this has to be part of the region. So, and since this is part of the region, it would have to go like this. Right? But this would be then 2, 1. This would form a small little region by itself, but it would be 6 in size, which is not possible. So we've proven these have to be part of this region. If it's not, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, 2, 1. This would be a 6-cell region, which is not allowed. So these have to be part of the orange region, and it must be 1 and 2. So this is 1 and 2, which forces this not to be 1 or 2. This not to be 1 or 2. This has to be 5 and 8. And as part of this region here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's interesting. So this is 1, 2, this has to be its own separate region. Maybe. This can, okay, so first of all, we know this is a boundary. So we're going to make these part of a separate region. So this is 5, 8. It cannot be part of this region. So this is stuck here. Can you be... So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This needs access to an 8. But it could go there that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, this could be part of the orange also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we go here, it would have to include that cell. So this can never be orange. This has to be guaranteed to be blue. We cannot cut off here because then this blue would be small region. So the blue, this has to also be blue. 1, okay, so same here. This has to have 9. So, and it cannot get to here. So the blue can only go here. We only have 1 cell within this region, which is not blue, because this is 10 digits. Therefore, either of these could be orange, or this is orange or dark, or medium, sorry. So blue is guaranteed to be any of these. This cannot be 8 because we have it 5, 8 pair. This can't be 5. Same problem. Only one of these. So if this were orange, the problem is this would also have to be orange, and that's 2 cells. So this cannot be orange. This is blue, which eliminates 9 in the rest of this region. So orange could be here, or this could be orange or medium here. Whichever one this is has to be consecutive. So this must be 7 or 9. Actually, no. It doesn't. It could be part of blue. Okay, so that's not restricted. Orange could be something like this. That's possible. This could be 4, 5, and it could be 8, 9 there. That could be possible too. The rest of this region must be, cannot have 5 or 8. That's fine. This red needs an 8. Okay, we also know there's a 9 somewhere here. So 9 has to be one of these 3 digits. 8 has, actually, we have, 8 has to be one of these 3 digits. Because 8 can't be here, 8 can't be here, 8 can't be here. 5 is one of these 4 digits, but that's not really restrictive. If this were 8, there would be a guaranteed 9 in one of these 2 cells, so this cannot be 8. If there were a 9 here, there would be a guaranteed 9 in one of these 2 cells. So then 9, or sorry, there would be a guaranteed 8 in one of those 2 cells, so this can't be 9. Where is the 8, 9? We have a 1, 3, 4, 5 quadruplet in column 6. That eliminates 1, 3, 4, 5 in the rest of the column. So this has to be an 8, 9 pair here to be not consecutive. This is 5 and 6. The remaining digits in row 4 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9. Okay. Therefore, that's not true. One of these is 4. We don't know which. This could be some medium thing. We don't know. This is 6. This is 7. Okay. This is 9. This cannot be blue. Remaining digits in column 9 are... Cannot be 2. It could be 1, 3... 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. No, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This can't be 3. This can't be 6 because of the 3 and the 6 in the rows. We need access to a 2 for the blue region. And therefore, one of these is a 2 here. 2 cannot be here or here because one of these 4 digits is a 2 because this can't be 2 because that's consecutive with 1 or 3. So 2 has to be here, which means this cannot be 2. These can't be consecutive. But this could be 3 with 4 and 1, possibly. 2 is one of these 2. We have a 9. This 1 eliminates 1 here, so this is 2, this is 1. That eliminates 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 here. Seven has to be one of these 2 digits. It doesn't really tell us very much. This can't be 1 because of the 1 in the row. Because of that, where is the 1 in column 6? It must be here, which eliminates 1 in the rest of the blue cells. Also, orange cells cannot be 1, and they can't be, well, so this can't be 1 here. One of these is 1. It's with 3 or 4. 5 has to be one of these 2. So 1 is one of these. It's with 3 or 4. Okay. 5, 6. 8, 9. So we know... Okay, 5 cannot be any of these because of the 5 in the column. We know 2 is also one of these 4. That's the reason why we could eliminate 2 here. So we know there's a 7 in one of these. That means, okay, what can this be? Cannot be 1. It could be 2. It could be 3, 4, no 5, 6 or 7, no 8. Okay. 9 could... Hmm. What do we have here? So this cannot be 9 because of a 9 in the column. Where is the other 9s in these 3 columns? Can't be here. This one of these 3 is a 9. Okay, so one of those 3, unfortunately. 1, 2, and 3 is not consecutive with 6. 5 and 6, that's fine. This orange region is missing 4, 8, and 9. Okay. If it goes this way, it has a 4. It needs 8 and 9. So if it goes this way, I guess it could be 8. It could be 8 here and then 9 in one of these spots. Hold up. Okay. If this is not orange, what does that make this? This has to be gray. This is only 4 digits then, which can be consecutive with each other. And the problem is, right, because this can't be a 5th here, because this is blue guaranteed. So it would be 4 consecutive digits. And the problem with that is that if it's 4 consecutive digits, it has to be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 4, 5, 8, 9. And 5 is guaranteed to be here. So this has to be orange then. And orange is the other set. So this must be orange, which means it can't be gray. One of these is orange then. And actually, we need all of the oranges to be here. So this cannot be orange. This has to be blue. That forms a 9 set of blue, which means this can't be blue. This is orange. This must be 8 and 9 to add up to be consecutive, because we need 4, 5, 8, 9, because or 8, 7. It could be 7, actually. So this is 7 or 9. No, it has to be 4, 5, 8, 9, because we already have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So this is 9. The 5 has to be consecutive with the 4. This is a 2. We know that for certain. And we have 3, 4, 3, 4, 6, 7. So 6 has to be one of these 2 digits, which eliminates 6 in any of these cells. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 5 quadruplet, which eliminates 1, 2, 3, 5 in the rest of the column. So this cannot be 3. This becomes a 4, 6, 7 triplet in column in this blue region, which eliminates 3, 6, and 7 in the rest of the region. This is a border because it cannot be part of it. It's either here or here as a 4. This is 4, 6, 7 eliminates 4, 6, and 7 in the rest of the blue region. This is 1 then. This has to be 3. So there is no 3 here. 4 has to be one of these 2 cells to be consecutive for the orange region. Therefore, so this is all medium gray. And this could be orange or this could be orange. This 1, 2, 3, 5 quadruple eliminates 1, 2, 3, 5 in the rest of this dark region. So this is 6. This can't be 6. This dark region cannot contain 4, 5, 8, or 9. It's 1, 2, 3, 6, or 7. It can't be 1 or 2 because of the 1 or 2 in the row. It can't be 6. This is 3 or 7 here. If this digit is 1, 3, 4, or 7. So one of these two digits is a 7. Obviously, this can't be 1. So this is 3, 4, or 7 here. We have in the gray region, 4 has to be one of these two digits. We have in the orange region, 4 has to be one of these two digits. And they're both in rows 3 or 5. That eliminates 4 in the rest of rows 3 or 5. So this can't be 4, this can't be 4, this can't be 4, and these can't be 4 anymore either. This can't be 4. Where is the green 4? Can't be any of these. Can't be here because of this 4 pair being in rows 3 and 5. So the 4 has to be here, which means this can't be 4. So this can't be the pink. Where is the 4 pink? It has to be here. So this is pink and 4. Cannot be medium. We're done with this side. So this is non-pink. This is all gray. These are non-consecutive. 4, 5, 1, 3. Okay. Hmm. 2 for the light gray, or the medium gray, has to be one of those two. This can't be 9 because of the 9 in the column. This can't be 9. Actually, it can't be 9 because also the 4, 5, 8, 9 pair in the dark gray region. We know 2 is here. We know 6 is here. So 6 is one of those two. 5 has to be these two digits here. Well, we already have a 5 in the green region, so that's fine. Whatever. Where is the 5 then in row 6? Can't be here because of the 4, 5 pair in the region. None of these can be 5 because of the 5s in the column. This can't be 5 because of 5 has to be one of these two digits here. So in this 4 actually eliminates 4 here. So this must be the 5. And this can't be 5 because of that 5, so this must be a 5 here. Okay, we're getting really close to solving this, so that's good. This 4 cannot be consecutive with the 3. So 3 cannot be here or here. 6 is fine. 5 is fine. 8 and 9 cannot be consecutive with 1, 2, 3. 7 can't be consecutive with 1, 2, 3 or 1, 9. These can't be pink then because it can't be 3. So this cannot be pink. This is green then, guaranteed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What are the remaining digits in column 2? We have 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. 2, 3, 6, 8. This can't be 1, 2, or 3 because of the 1, 2, 3 in the row. And it cannot be 8 because in the yellow region and the blue region, we have 8s in either row 8 or row 9. That eliminates 8 from the rest of rows 8 and row 9, so this can't be 8. This must be a 6. That 6 eliminates 6 here. That also eliminates 6 here and here. We have a 1, 2, 3 triplet, which eliminates 1, 2, 3 from the rest of column 2. Therefore, this is an 8. Okay. This 6 eliminates 6 here. This is a 4, 7 pair in column 9, which eliminates 4 and 7 in the rest of the column, so this is 6. What are the remaining digits in row 6? 3, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so the green needs access to an 8. It cannot be here because that's an 8. It could be here still, though. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so this is 5, this is 9. That 5 eliminates 5 here, so this is 8 and 5. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 4 and 8. This 3 eliminates 3 here. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 7 and 4. That leaves this as a 1, 2, 1, 2 pair here. This is also a 1, 2, 1, 2 pair in column 2, which eliminates 1 and 2 in the rest of the column, so this is 3. This can't be 3. There cannot be a 3 anymore in the green area, and it cannot be 3 here. This can't be 1 or 2 because of the 1 or 2 in the row. This red region already has... Okay, so this is... Remaining digit in row 9 is a 7. That eliminates 7 in the rest of the column. Okay. We have a 3. Okay. This cannot be 7 because that would be consecutive with 8. And this 26 then would include the 7, which is not allowed. So this is 3. Which eliminates 3 in the rest of the column. This is 1. That makes this 3. This means this can't be 1 or 3. This has to be a 4, which makes this the orange. So this can't be orange anymore here. Therefore, we know this is a boundary, and that's done. This has to be a 7 remaining. 3 eliminates 3 from the rest of the medium gray region, so this is a 6. This can't be 3 or 6 anymore. This is a 1, 2 pair. The 6 eliminates... nothing. The 7, though, eliminates 7 here. So where is the 7 in column 3? It has to be here. The 7 cannot be red, and it cannot be pink. Therefore, it must be green. So this is green, which means it must connect here with this digit. So this is green, because, again, green cannot cut off red. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 greens. That eliminates greens from being any of the other cells. Therefore, we know what these are. So these are the boundaries for these regions. Now we are done with the boundaries. This can't be 1 or 2. This must be the 3, which makes this 9, which makes that 1. This 1 eliminates 1 in the rest of the green region, so this is 2. This can't be 1 or 2. This is 6. This can't be 1, 2, 9. So this is 8. 1 eliminates 1 here, so that's 2, which makes this 1. 2 eliminates 1 and 2 eliminates 1 and 2 here, so that's 3. This can't be 8 because of the 8 in the row, so this is 9. This is 8. 3. This 2 eliminates 2 here, so that's 1. This 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 5, which makes this a 2. 4 eliminates 4 here, it's 5 and 4. This can't be 3 or 8, so this is 9. This 2 eliminates 2 here. It's 1, 2, 1, 2. And that leaves this digit as a 3. And that's how you solve it. Yeah. This is very hard. It's a very hard puzzle. But there's a lot of really cool logic in it. And you can tell it's already become very dark. So... but this was actually very cool. I really enjoyed the logic of it, even though it took me a while. Right? Because in this row, 5 is not consecutive with 7, but 7 and 6 are. 6 is not consecutive with 9, 9 is not consecutive with 3. 3, 2, and 1 are all consecutive, so then they all contribute to 19. 13 plus 3, 2, plus 6 is 19. 1 and 4 are not consecutive, 4 and 8 are not consecutive. 8 and 4 are not consecutive, 4 and 1, neither are 1 and 7, neither are 7, 2, 2, 9, 9, 5. 5 and 6 are the only consecutive, and they are in the same region. 6 and 3 are not, and they add up to 11. Okay, the only consecutive ones, 4 and 1 are not, 1 and 2 are, 2 and 5 are not, 5 and 7 are not, 7 and 6 are. 1, 2 plus 6, 7 adds up to 16. 6 and 8 are not, 8, 3 are not, 3 and 9 are not. 5 and 6 obviously are, and none of the others are consecutive. 6 and 3, no. 3, 1, 1, 9, 9, 7, 7, 2, 4, 8, 2, 4, and 2, 4 are 8. 9, 8, 7 are all consecutive with each other. 2 and 1, 5 and 6. That adds up to 38. 7 is not consecutive with 2, which is not consecutive with 5. Not consecutive with 9, not consecutive with 4, not consecutive to 8, to 6, to 3, to 1. That works, so that adds up to 0. Here we have 4, 5, 8, 9, adding up to 26. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, adding up to 19, and none of the others are consecutive. So that's how you solve it. Again, very fun, actually. Very, very fun puzzle. And I hope you enjoyed this solve. And I'll see you next time when we have more light on Frank Puzzles. Take care.